Hey everybody, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. So I am going to be doing a book journal video and I'm so excited to bring this type of video back to my channel. It's been quite some time. I am going to be working on my 2021 little books from JM Planning Essentials, Joanne's shop, and I just love these journals. I am going to use a Archer and Olive for 2022, and that video will come out next week. So I made that little page with really tiny books so that way I could see all my books at a glance, and I'm really excited to see that come together. So that's what I was doing first, and now I'm going to put together the start of August page. And I feel like finally, after several years, I may be close to finding the quote-unquote formula that works for putting together a book journal without it being too tedious. Because for many years, I was doing reviews for nearly every single book, and that was obviously really hard to keep up with. But the format that I have for 2021 seems to work pretty well. So I may change that up. I may not. We'll have to see. So for August, I picked the blues and the pinks and the greens for my color, pulled out some washi tape, printed a journaling card, and I'm just compiling all of that to add to the page. Finally remembered to use some foam. Thank you to everyone that suggested that. And I'm going to make a little tiny shelf with some Feed Your Craft stamps. Now, I know Feed Your Craft is no longer making products, but with this project, I had already started using Feed Your Craft, so I wanted to go ahead and finish out the project with Feed Your Craft. I may use some Studio Calico, but a lot of this is Feed Your Craft. I'm using a white piece of paper to stamp my plants and everything else that I wanted to have stamped. It looks better on the white paper, and I just like it better when I fussy cut it out. So I just stamped 2 plants, a stack of books, and then I'll stamp a few different phrases like good reads on my shelves and books are magic. And then I will cut those all out. I also stamped a 9 for the total number of books that I read, but I'm going to have to come back later on because it's actually 11. I think I had forgot to put 2 of the tiny books that go on the yearly page. I forgot to glue those down. This is just a really old stamp set from Kellie Stamps. I should probably get another large stamp, number stamp. So if you have a recommendation, I'd love to know. You could let me know in the comment section. Just fussy cutting these all out, and then I will put together the page and move on to the actual monthly spread. Love these books, especially because I used the outline stamp in black and it made it look really cool. And I just love making little bookshelves. I make them all the time. I made one for Christmas, December daily, and I also made one for October daily. So they're just really fun. I could probably make a winter bookshelf. It's just so much fun to dig around in your supplies and figure out how you can make seasonal bookshelves. So I am adhering these down, and then I will add a few of the kind of pattern play stamps. There's like a swirl and then a snowflake looking one. I'm going to add those, and then it just adds a little bit of black, which pops and adds that visual triangle to help your eye move around the layout. And then I'll move on to the review. So on the review, I had a really hard time picking like my favorite book. That's the problem that I ran into with this formula for 2021 is that I only picked one favorite, and it was hard. It was really hard to pick just one favorite. So going forward in 2022, I'm going to try to maybe do the top 3. That way I could give a little more information and a quote for the other books, and also maybe type up the quotes as well. So I picked out some really fun, bright washi tapes because I went with Malibu Rising, and it had all those bright summery colors. So I have like a yellow, pink washi, blue, and then just yellow. And my format for these monthly pages, just to remind you, is a quote up at the top, and then I'll draw 2 boxes for pages, and then a category, some sort of category that I will figure out for these books. So usually sometimes I have to do some research, but this one came to me really quick. So the second box is going to be summer books. So books with a summer theme. That is what I'm going with. And below the Malibu Rising, I will do the list of all the books that I read, and then 2 more boxes that will be Kindle and paper, like ebook and paper book. And at the bottom will be the genres, because obviously, once you see my book covers, you will see that I read a wide range of books, including children's books and graphic novels too. So it's just a wide range. That yellow washi at the bottom was very thick, so I just trimmed off a portion of it, and then it looked much better to me. Up at the top, I'm going to layer on 2 washi strips, and at the bottom, I'll have room for 2 more small strips, just the way that I'm going to lay out the books. So I'm going to do 4 across. It started out as 3, but then I realized I need to do 4. So I did 4, 4, and then 2, and that's 11. And then my summer books that I decided were in summer. Well, most of them I know are in summer, but there was one, Chasing Lucky, that I wasn't sure, but I'm pretty sure it took place in summer. But the other ones were Night Owl, To Night Owl, From Dogfish, People We Meet on Vacation, and Malibu Rising. So that made 4 summer-themed books. And once I've got these all put down, I can start writing in all the different facts. Now, mind you, I wait to get all my facts together for like all the stats basically together at the end of the month. So that's another thing that I want to fix for this year, is to stay on top of it. So like I would do 4 months at a time, counting up all the pages, writing out all the genres, writing out all the dates, and that's kind of tedious. So if I can stay on top of it monthly, that'll make everything come together quicker. Okay, so this is where I rip off the 9 because I realized it's 11. So I stamped my 11. It's a little wonky, but that's okay. Like I said, this stamp set is really old, so it doesn't feel... It feels old. I don't know how to explain it, but I feel like I need a new number stamp set. Still stamps, and I'm able to cut it out and adhere it down, and then I can go back to finishing my Malibu Rising August monthly spread. So when I go to choose a quote, I usually use a quote that I took a picture of from the book, or I use a quote that I found on Goodreads. And I'm on Goodreads. If you want to go find me, Sabrina Poole, you can go find me. I keep track of my books and research books on there. I am stamping August in 2 different colors, and then below the August, I will write down the days that I read it. The number of pages is 3,331, and I'll stamp 4 for summer-themed books. But I forgot to write summer, so I'll do that later. It's just 1 ebook, and then the rest were 10. I'm moving much more towards reading all paper books, which is interesting. Some of the genres were family, paranormal, young adult, contemporary, chick lit, middle grade, and historical. Stamped 2 more yellow phrases because I felt like I needed a little bit more yellow. So I have enjoyed this so much and reading. And then I'll stamp a few blue stars as well and finish up with the quote. So the quote is going to be, she had to choose what are the things she inherited from the people who came before her she wanted to bring forward, and what are the past she wanted to leave behind, which fit perfectly with the overall theme of family in this book and Nora being one of the main characters. And it was just the perfect quote to kind of summarize the book, and I really felt like it was a powerful quote. Finishing up with those star stampings, and then I'm done, and I'll show you the 2 pages and flip through them real quick. And I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing this video. I know it was a little bit of a longer video, but I love doing these book journal spreads, and like I said, it's a really great formula that I've come up with. Also, Other Words for Home, that was a children's book that I read, very powerful book, absolutely loved it, and that was probably in my top 3. So there you go. Those are my pages, and I hope you enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up or a subscribe if you're new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.